Hello and welcome to Black Girl Happy Planner. I am finally getting a chance to do a flip through of my 2025 Hobonichi Weeks planner. I've been trying to do this since the beginning of January and it just has not happened. So finally I'm getting to do the flip through. I'm not going to talk a whole lot and I'm going to try to make the flip through as quick as possible. But if you're not familiar with the Hobonichi Weeks, it is a planner where you have a horizontal weeks on one side and then you have a blank page on the other side to do what you want. What I normally do is I put my events and things on the, we'll go with the right side, and some stickers and decorations on the left side. Also in the month section, I usually decorate my months and put all my events and activities on there. One thing that I like to use the Hobonichi Weeks for is as a year of record planner. And so here we go. So I'm going to open it up. We see the front cover. This is actually the Hobonichi Weeks Mega Sneaker. And sneaker means it's like flexible and can move around. But it also has extra note pages in the back. So I'm just going to go ahead and start the flip through. I finally also figured out how to set this camera up for things like this. So hopefully this will go well. All right. Like I said, this was my 2025. I don't normally do anything with these pages. I tried to do birthdays and books and things on here. It didn't go well, but we did some things. Okay. I got mostly birthdays over here. I got books over here and birthdays. And I tried to write the books up top. Next year I'll try a little better. 2026 is not any better with these two pages. I don't even think I've touched these two pages in my 2026. But this is the third year that I am using Hobonichi Weeks Mega Sneaker specifically. Okay? All right. December 2024, they always give you an extra month here for December. And so here we go. This is January 2025. This is the monthly pages. We had a snow day here, as you can see. But I like to use stickers and kind of highlight things that were events and put some stickers and keep it moving. And I also like to use up my sticker stash when I do these things. So yeah. And a lot of times you can tell when I have time on my hands to do these layouts because I had time to put these dots down. It was January. We had not gone back to school yet, so I set all this up ahead of time. This is February. You know, Valentine's Day is the theme. So try to do Valentine's Day and Black History Month. Highlighted all through here with the colors and things of Valentine's Day. And then there's March. Got a little lady here. March is my birthday month, so I like to do it up pretty good in March. My birthday is actually down here, all covered up with the Happy Birthday Celebrate sticker. But yeah, so I try to, if I have time, I try to put some effort into it with the stickers and things on the monthlies. For April, I like to, for whatever reason, I like to do Paris and things like that for April. I don't know, it's a weird thing that I have. But flowers, the Eiffel Tower, little Parisian girl, and Paris down here. I've never been to Paris, but I just like the theme, and I have lots of stickers for it, so just wanted to do that here. And then May had a lot going on, and I did too much with the circle stickers. I did a whole lot, way too much. But that's May. It's also the end of school. I'm a school teacher, so the end of school. And so everything was going on in the month of May. And when I say everything, everything. All right. So there's June, month of June. Those are all the things. I tried to use a bolder pen to highlight some of the activities and things that were going on in the month of June. July, we have 4th of July, of course, and things that are going on in the summertime when it's really, really hot. July was a busy month for me. It's not normally that busy, but it was super busy, as you can tell. Then there's August, which I kind of did minimal on August. I don't know why I dropped the ball on August because there were events that happened here. Don't ask me what they were right now. I need to go back and look, but you'll see later on those events that happened. But for whatever reason, I definitely did the month of August, but I did not go back and put the events in. Oh well. But then September, we started back to decorating and doing things. For the month of October, you know, pumpkin spice and all of that, and Halloween and pumpkins and all of that. And then Breast Cancer Awareness Month is in the month of October. And so, yeah, so just did those things. Fall break was right here, which is always a welcome break for teachers. All right. Then November, it's fall, getting a little colder, a little chillier. And so Thanksgiving and other activities and things going on. Not too busy of a month, but Veterans Day, Thanksgiving, football, of course. And so that's how November went. And then December, I didn't do a whole lot of decorations. And I had lots of events again, just like August. I feel like August and December are similar, especially when you're working in the school system, because there's so many things going on. You don't really have time to write stuff down. So needless to say, that's what my calendar looks like for December. You'll see later on in the flip where my actual activities were. But that's what I did for December, trying to use up Christmas stickers here. Okay, we're about to go into the weeks now. Oh, well, this is January. They give you a January, and I think they give you up to March. So this was January that I did preparing for 2026, pre-planning for that. This was February 2026 that they give you, pretty sparse, as you can see. And then March, same thing. I had April dates and things like that that I was saving to put into the 2026 planner. All right, here we go. We're gonna go into the, and they give you weeklies starting in with the last week of November, and they give you all of December to use too if you want to. But this is the last week of December. We have New Year's Day, and so I'll just flip through from here. I'm not gonna talk a whole lot, just gonna let you see the flip through and all the stickers that I used. And you can, like I said, you can always tell when I had lots of time on my hands to do these things, because it's always a lot more stickers. I had to drink some coffee there. Okay, here we go. That's the first week, last week of December, first week of January. We have more January here. Lots of stickers being used. You see the snow day there. And then January again, stickers. And then we also have the last week of January, not the last week, second to the last week of January. Tried to spruce it up with the stickers. I try to keep it colorful as much as I can. Then this is the last week of January here. Okay. And I think I did pretty good. I was trying a lot of different little things with the columns, and at one point I was writing my to-dos in here. But you'll see later on that I just started doing stickers. I just didn't do the to-do list and things like that, because I did those in another planner. And then this is February, first week of February. I did pretty good with the to-do list, and then the stickers and layouts. So we tried. Here's February again. That's a busy week. Lots of things going on here. February again. Black History Month, of course, and then Valentine's Day, and Valentine's Day was back here. But this was an event I went to where we celebrated Valentine's Day with the group, a planner group I'm in. Shout out to Huntsville Cocoa Bells. So yeah, so that's February. And this is also February, last week of February. February last year also had 28 days, which I didn't realize that. So 28 days last year in 2025, and also 28 days in 2026. So this was the last week of February, first 2 days of March here. So getting ready for March. March is my birthday month. Here's March, first week of March, with all the stickers and things that I used. And then this is the second week of March, getting a little more colorful. I was trying new things, highlighting some of the events. Had some friends' birthdays and things like that, trying to use up stickers. And then let's see. This is the third week of March, so St. Patrick's Day and some other events and appointments and things. And some decorations. Fourth week of March. Here we go, some more highlighting, some more stickers. We're getting closer to my birthday. And then this is March 31st, my birthday. We're only a few, as I record this, we're only a few days out from my birthday for this year, for 2026. But this is what I did for March 2025, last week of March. And so it's very festive looking. I tried. And then this is the first week of April. And then this is second week of April. That's Easter Sunday right there. Tried to put that, you know, make it festive with some stickers that I had. I've been using up a lot of stickers, and that's a plus. And then this is the, I believe, third week of April. And then fourth week of April, and the end of April going into May. And May is getting closer and closer to school being out. So that's May. Tried to be more colorful and use more bolder pens and things over here. Second week of May, or the first full week of May. Yeah, Cinco de Mayo is up here. And then second full week of May. So tried to use my colorful pens. I have a lot of pens I don't use, and so I tried to do that here. And then May, fourth week of May, third or fourth week of May, I don't know. And then the last week of May, okay, that's Memorial Day. And so we were out of school. I think school let out back here. So the last week of school was back here. Had kindergarten and fifth grade graduation, last day of school. So just, you know, wrapping things up for school during this week. And then last week of May. And then, let's see, we're going into June. June 1st is right here. And then June, first week of June, getting a little more festive and a little more colorful. Second week of June, activities for summertime, and then summer school had already started, so I was working summer school. Third week of June, a little more colorful, tried to use a lot of my tropical stickers. Fourth week of June, tried to be more bold with the colors and pens. Fifth week of June, last week of June, and then going into July, first week of July, we were traveling, family reunion every year. We do that. I think this year in 2025 we went to Louisville, Kentucky. July, also my mom's birthday would have been July 10th. So I always keep track of that every year. Yeah, so July. Very active in July. I try to play pickleball during the summer months when we're out of school, because that's the only time I can go. Because the schedule is set for people who are retired to have time to go during the day. And of course, if you're working, you don't have time to go during the day to do anything. So that's part of July, very busy weeks in July. And I like the sticker layouts that I did for July. Very colorful. Same thing here, try to use up all these stickers. And I kept it colorful using highlighters and bold stickers. And then last week of July, same thing, stickers, highlighting, bold stickers, colorful, and then going into August. National Planner Day is actually on August 1st, in case you didn't know. But yeah, so yeah, that's the last week of July and going into August. So school is about to start. So first week of August, school started on the 4th, and yeah, so first week of August. That's the second week of August. Try to use up these stickers. Third week of August. Got some birthdays on here, people I need to call. I tried to use my cursive for some reason. I thought I was gonna do journaling in here. That's another thing I tried in 2025. That didn't last long. As you'll see, it did not last long. I was journaling things that I was doing. That didn't last. Fourth week of August, or last week of August, as we get ready to go into September, so it's the last week of August. Try to use some stickers and bold colors again. And then we're going into September, first week of September, Labor Day. And then I went back to I was doing the journaling again, which you'll see that stopped. And then I was doing the to-do list over here again. I go back and forth with that. And then second week of September, same thing, some journaling, and then to-dos. I might revisit it for 2026, but for now, we have not done any of that in here. Third week of September, I tried to switch up the journaling and use some colors with that. And then the to-dos over here, it was September and part of October are National Hispanic Heritage Month. So you'll see that sticker there. The fourth week of September, last week of September, first day of fall. So yeah. And then this, yeah, my anniversary for my, no, that's somebody's birthday was right here. My cousin, I think my cousin's birthday. Yeah. And then end of September, first week of October, did it with some soft fall colors with right there. I got rid of the journal, but I started doing the to-do list over here because I wanted to put all stickers, nothing but stickers over here. Your seed, that's gonna fall off as well. And then I started doing more stickers. Well, I did stickers, icon stickers, to signify what I was doing instead of writing in what I was doing. So this was fall break. This was fall break. So there was a lot of stuff going on during fall break. Alabama A&M homecoming. I live in Alabama, so Alabama A&M, my HBCU, had their homecoming weekend this weekend, so a lot of stuff was going on. So I tried to capture as much as possible. We went to a comedy show as well on that Sunday night, so it was crazy busy. Then I had to get up and go to school on Monday. So yeah, so we had a good time during fall break. Second week of October, very busy as well. Lots of books. I'm in like 3 or 4 book clubs, so you'll see books all over this planner. And then that's October. That's the 4th week of October right there. Okay, breast cancer awareness at our church. We do a big event every year, so that was that Sunday we did that. And I think we did the breast cancer awareness walk right here. So yeah, we did that. You'll see the breast cancer awareness sticker. So that was a nice walk this year that we did, or 2025 and 2025. In my head, I'm always functioning on school years, so it's still the same year to me because it's the school year, academic year, if you will. So we did that last week of October, and then going into November, last week of October, and then going into November. This is my sorority anniversary. It's right here on the 28th. And so that's the girl in the pink and green. And so I did a lot of pink and green stuff over here. November, first full week of November. You know, teachers, we're always counting down the days, but we're full into fall at this point. Counting on the days to Thanksgiving. This is the second full week of November, very fall-ish theme. Third full week of November. Lots of things going on here. And then this is the last week of November. And then Thanksgiving is right here, Thanksgiving Day. We were traveling and hanging out with family. And I tipped in this thing from the hotel. And then these are the sticker layout from that week. And then December starts. So first full week of December. I like when the months start on a Monday. So first full week of December, we got a little event I went to here that I just tipped in the invitation that I created for that group that I'm in. And then here's some Christmassy stickers. Second week of December, and the sticker layout, the girls are skiing. I think these are wrong prawn stickers. A lot of these stickers, especially with the ladies, particularly the ladies of color, are wrong stickers. Third week of December, and the fuzzy sweaters, Merry and Bright. And then the last week of December here with Christmas and Kwanzaa. Hanukkah started that Monday, and then some more Christmas stickers. And I think that's it. Well, no, one more. This is the last week of the last few days of December, and then the first few days of January here. All right, and that is it. I just wanted to share that with you guys and make sure I finally did it. So look for this on my Instagram as well as on my my Substack and my TikTok. All right, my Instagram is @BlackGirlHappyPlanner. My Substack to subscribe there is blackgirlhappyplanner.substack.com, and YouTube is Black Girl Happy Planner 1973. I know you're not gonna remember all that, but anywho, I'll put it all in the notes for one of those platforms. Okay, Thank you for watching and have a great day.